Greetings, YouTube. Sir Daniel 1975 back here again, and with continuing with the beginning jazz lessons, and uh, mostly based on articulation. But I'm starting to introduce the chords. Okay, and with the last video, I explained how we were spelling out the chords with what was written, but I didn't say what the chords really were. Now you can see on the screen I have them for you. Okay, so the first chord, which in this practice uh, lesson is for four measures. Okay, it's the same chord for four measures. Okay, so um, for instruments that are in concert pitch, like piano, guitar, it's going to be a B flat chord, and in this case, I've simplified it. It's just a triad. Triad means three notes. Okay, so and it's so for the C instruments, it's a B flat, D, and an F. Okay, and for the B flat instruments, it's a C, E, and a G for a C chord. Okay, so those three notes. Okay, um, and then for the alto saxophones or the E flat instruments, that will be a G, B, and a D. Okay? Okay, for the next chord, this is the four chord. Okay? In the trumpet part, it's F, A, C, E flat. And when the E flat 7 chord appears in the guitar part, or in the trombone part, or in the bass uh, part, the notes are E flat, G, B flat, and a D flat. So the D, which is the seventh note of that chord, has to be lowered, okay, to make it a seven chord, okay, which makes it a dominant chord, okay, even though it's not really a five chord in this, but it's dominant with a lowered seventh. Okay, so for the trumpet, that's F, A, C, and E flat. Okay, and then for the alto saxophone or the E flat instruments, C, E, G, B flat, C7 chord. Okay, and now for the main dominant chord of the piece, the five chords, the fifth scale degree in the key of concert B flat. It's an F7 chord. Okay, so it'd be F, A, C, and E flat. Okay, so that's the case for electric guitar and the trombone. Okay, and then for the alto saxophone, that'll be a D, F sharp, A, and a C natural. Okay, and the for the trumpet, it is G, B, D, F. Okay, those are the notes for that. Okay, so um, if it was a major seven chord, that would mean the seventh scale degree or the seventh chord tone would not be lowered. So in the case of the four chord, and we'll speak in terms for the trumpet, that it would be an E natural and not an E flat. Okay. And then in the case of the five chord, in terms of speaking for the trumpet, it would be an F sharp instead of an F. But typically, we use dominant seven chords in this style of music more so than major seven chords. Not that they're never used, but it's just more common. And so, in the case of um, in the E flat part, the C7 chord, if it was a C major 7 chord, it would be a B natural at the top of the chord. And if it was a D major 7 chord for the 5 chord, it would be a C sharp on the top of the chord. And then when it comes to the case of uh, the instruments and concert pitch, the in the E flat 7 chord, if it was an E flat major 7 chord, the top note would be a D natural and not a D flat. And in the case of the F7 chord, the top note would be an E natural and not an E flat. Okay, so this is just the basic way of just laying it out there. It's really not something that you need to understand. It's something that you need to know. People are always like, well, why is it that way? It's easier to say it is, accept it for what it is, and memorize it. I actually suggest taking staff paper and writing this down and maybe repeating writing it down multiple times. It'll help imprint it into your brain. Okay. In one of the next videos, I'll explain what all the chords would be in the key of B flat for all those notes. And I'll do them as 7 chords so that it will be 4 notes in each chord. Okay? All right. So aside from that, we have a new play along. It's pretty much the same thing, but I've changed the rhythm of the notes. Okay? And in this case, we've added a dit. Okay? In in the in the notation. So it's okay. It's just like that, okay? So we're going to record this. Okay, so there you go. Try to mimic the articulations when you play through this again. And please go back and play this video over again and play along with it. And like I said, mimic the articulations and start to be a little bit more conscious of the chords that you're actually playing, the chord tones in these in this exercise. Okay. Well, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you all on the next video.